Well, it's happening again. We've got another outbreak on a cruise ship, and we've got a cruise line that I'm pretty sure famous actor Leo DiCaprio would never cruise on. And I also have a tale of 3 cruises gone bad. 3 cruise nightmares, but interestingly, only one of them has passengers on it talking about their cruise being ruined. Does the complaint match the circumstance? We'll play that game on today's episode. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. For your face on a Thursday the 27th of February 2025. And well, first cruise news story kind of answers the age-old question, does size matter? It's answered with a resounding yes. We have disappointing news coming from Royal Caribbean that 2 of their cruise ships are just too big to fit. Too big to fit the current pier that's open in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Guests that are sailing on upcoming sailings of Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, Symphony of the Seas, have been notified that they're not going to be able to go to San Juan because the pier that they need to go to is in disrepair. It got crashed into last year by an MSC cruise ship. A big MSC cruise ship broke the pier, and now these other big ships can't get into San Juan. The ship's too big. I guess the importance of this cruise story is really focused at the people that are on those 2 big ships, the Icon and the Symphony of the Seas, in the upcoming months. If you are one of them people, you probably already know about it. So why am I continuing to talk about it? I don't know, but that's the way cruise news goes. We talk about a lot of cruise news that doesn't necessarily apply to everybody. And so in that vein of talking about things that doesn't necessarily apply to everybody, cruise news number 2 does paint with a broader brush. Let's talk about some more Norovirus. Seriously, what kind of day are we having if we can't talk about people with gastrointestinal illness, right? Am I right? Am I right? It's a fun topic. Everybody loves it. The ship in question sailed out of Fort Lauderdale on the 19th of February, the MS Eurodam. That's a Holland America Line cruise ship. So far, 79 passengers have reported being sick and 8 crew members. That's enough total people to make this a reportable event to the CDC. And well, that's why we know about it. I think because we talk about this every week, it does sound repetitive for me to sit here and tell people to wash their hands, but apparently, people aren't doing it. It's not the only reason people get sick on cruise ships. Bad hygiene, not the only reason, but it's a big contributing factor. So if you're cruising in the upcoming days, weeks, or months, make sure you wash your hands. And if you notice people that aren't, you may want to steer clear from them and don't put their fingers in your mouth. Cruise news story number 3. Can I tell you about a cruise line that Leonardo DiCaprio would probably not go on? He probably wouldn't go on a cruise anyways because he's mega rich and he could get himself one of them yachts. But let's play this game anyways because it's a fun exercise and I did do the research. So today, Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, they're making their quarterly earnings report, having the big phone call with the stock market. This is for Q4 of last year, and there's a lot of tidbits in there, and we'll probably get into more tidbits as the days go on. But the one tidbit I want to focus on is they've kind of come out and said what their expectation is for the lifetime of their cruise ships, and the number that they've come to is 35 years old. So that means they could still rock some 1990 cruise ships. So if a ship was built in 1990, it would still be viable to the bigwigs over there at Norwegian Cruise Line Holding. And of course, the CEO over there pointed out that they do have a record of maintaining their cruise ships well, and that 35 years of a good maintained cruise ship should be good enough for anybody. But if a cruise ship was a girlfriend, then a well-maintained 35-year-old would not work for one Leonardo DiCaprio. And what's bizarre is that this is such a thing that there's an infographic about it. I found this infographic over on Reddit, and if we look at Leonardo DiCaprio's dating history, the dude don't even come close to 35 years old. So sorry, Norwegian Cruise Line Holding, if you're looking for a celebrity endorsement, it's probably not gonna be Gilbert Grape. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. All right, now let's move into the cruise nightmare segment of the show, oh wait, wait, just a second. Get up, come on now. Dance break, dance break. Perfect. Okay, so now I've got 3 cruise nightmare stories for you, and one of these stories actually ruined somebody's cruise. So I'm gonna tell you all 3 of the stories, and then we'll guess together which one ruined somebody's cruise. The first one, I already told you about it. I don't know that I planned this segment out super well. We're talking about the Norovirus on the Holland America line Eurodam. 80 plus people dealing with gastrointestinal intestinal issues. What a weird show today. Gastrointestinal issues. That is a cruise nightmare. That's something you don't want to be a part of. Number 2, let's talk about the Crown Princess going through the fjord land over there in New Zealand, Milford Sound. I've actually been there. It was pretty wild. It was a misty day. I couldn't see a dang thing, but Crown Princess over there, it's doing a turning maneuver, and it gets caught by a gust of wind and the whole ship lists, like it tilts. And it takes a moment or two for the stabilizers to right that ship up. And while that ship is listed long enough that people get injured, I think it's like 13 people injured, the pool empties out of a lot of its water and floods one of the eateries. They have to refill the pool and dry out the eatery. And then there's chaos in the shops, stuff off the shelves onto the floor. So a legit listing experience. Fortunately, minor injuries. The ship set itself right again and everything's copacetic, but that's gotta be scary as all get out. If you know what I'm saying, you're just like, hey, Milford Sound, it's fjord, whoa! I don't want that on my cruise. That's cruise nightmare story number 2. And then 3 is one that you don't hear often. There was a couple that tried to bring their Joe DiMaggio Mr. Coffee Maker onto a Carnival cruise. And well, the wicked security guard confiscated it. Took their Mr. Coffee Maker and their diamond, which it doesn't seem like you should do anything to a diamond. They should be able to roll on that cruise ship with anything that they want, regardless of what's on the banned item list. They took away a Diamond's Mr. Coffee Maker, and well, they weren't able to have their morning coffee on the balcony. Now they could still get coffee from room service, which they did, but that's swill. It's horrible, it's lukewarm, it doesn't taste good. They didn't want to go to the buffet and get that coffee because that would require them to leave their room. They didn't want to go to Java Blue, they were gonna have to pay money. The other thing that really made them mad is they have a friend that said they bring their French press coffee maker on board all of the time, and how come if they can bring their French press coffee maker on all of the time, how come they cannot bring on their Mr. Coffee Maker? Now, the brand ambassador, John Heald over there, tried to sort it out. I'm not really sure that John knows what a French press coffee maker is because he was quoting you can't have anything with a heating element in it, and these people probably shouldn't have been able to bring their French press coffee maker. French press coffee maker is no electricity, no heating element at all. It's just like, it's like an 8th grade biology class beaker with a plunger in it. It's like a combination of biology and plunger for coffee. You just put the grounds in there, you put the hot water on it, you let it settle for a while, and then you plunge it. And it makes really good coffee. It's a fairly manual process. So I could see a French press coffee maker being able to be brought on board because there's no heating element. It doesn't really violate any of those appliance rules. But a drip coffee maker, Mr. Coffee Maker, an espresso, a Ninja blender, any of that stuff is not going to be allowed on the cruise ship. Whether you're diamond or not diamond, they don't care. The rules are the rules. There's the 3 stories. Now let's play the game. Who's complaining about their cruise being ruined? Is it the 85 people with the gastrointestinal illness? Is it the 1,000+ people on the cruise ship that almost tipped over, scaring everybody? Or is it the couple that had their coffee maker confiscated? I don't think you need a second because you know who's complaining, right? It's the couple with the coffee maker. These people are going on my banned list. Look, you get on the cruise ship and you complain about not being able to bring a Joe DiMaggio Mr. Coffee on the cruise ship, the coffee maker, banned. There's a guy in the live stream the other night wanted to know, I'm pretty sure this was a troll, wanted to know if he could bring K-Cups and creamer on board, which I think you probably could bring K-Cups and creamer on board, but you can't bring the machine to make the coffee with it on board. It's that cruise life, baby. That's that cruise life. I gotta go home and pack. I'm leaving in just, in the morning to go to Miami. So I'm looking forward to that 80s cruise in just a couple days. Thank you so much for checking out this episode. Hit the like button on the way out. It's Tony for La Lido Loga. Till next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Cruise news, cruise news, cruise.